All right, Dylan with GoldPaydirtReviews.com. November 1st. So we're going to try this month, be a little bit better at putting my videos up on time. So this is something I've wanted to review since I started panning Paydirt. And that was even before the show was on, you know, but once the show came on, I watch it. I watch any show that has anything to do with gold, or treasure, anything like that. You know, it's just most people do. You know, it's the fascination of it. Oak Island, I've been talking about Oak Island since I was a kid. You know, since I was about 6 years old, I read a story about Oak Island, and since then I've been fascinated. I have every book ever written about Oak Island. So, you know, things like treasure stuff have always fascinated me. But, you know, I'm never going to have millions of dollars to sink into trying to find the treasure at Oak Island or some of these other, you know, lost jungle treasures. Gold mining is a little bit more accessible. So I love gold mining as well. You know, unfortunately, you know, being a home panner, you get what comes in the bag. But, you know, when the GoldRush show came out, I liked it. I'm a huge fan of Parker Schnabel. You know, I wish my son had to get up and go drive. He does. But, you know, I don't own a gold mine, so he didn't work for me doing gold. So, you know, you never know. But ever since the show came out and they started selling this Paydirt, I've wanted to review it. I've probably watched every single review, read every review I've seen on it, and I haven't seen a good one yet. You know, where somebody's saying, oh my God, this is great, I'm going to buy it again. Generally a good review for the GoldRush Paydirt has been, I received my bag and it had gold in it. And that was about it, you know, where they're not really saying what they recovered or anything else like that. You know, it's kind of one of those things where I think it's somebody that watches the show, buys the kit, and gets it. I know that they have a lot of people that sell this now on eBay and other things where they're not actually by the seller, the original seller, which is a PDG company out of California. Because they used to, I mean, you can't even buy any of these bags anymore, really, unless you're in the month of the club, you know, the gold month club. It says sold out on their website for all these bags of Paydirt, unless you buy the kits, which is the pan and all this junk. So, you know, I got this one, but I know I think it was one every 300 bags. They had a vial inside that had a gold. So a lot of people bought a whole bunch of these, I guess, and hoped they would get the vial and sell the bags off. But I do like the bag, you know. It looks old-timey. It's a good way to sell something. But, you know, again, when you're doing things like that, there's a cost to it. So, you know, I paid for that bag. So it does come with the Paydirt. It comes with 2 vials. My son ganked one, but I managed to keep I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but it's a GoldRush vial. Don't know what I'll do with that. Probably give it to my son. And then it comes with a certificate authenticity. Really? Okay, which says that it's the gold in here actually comes from a gold mine. Doesn't say which one or where. This bag actually says Nome, Alaska on it. So we'll have to see. You know, I doubt that that's where this is from. You never know. I paid $39.95 for this. I did get the discount. They had a 15% discount if you sign up and let them spam you. And I did do that to get a 15% off. There was $5 shipping on top of that. So it was roughly $45. Probably $40 is probably what I paid for it. I'll have it on my website. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head what I paid, you know, but it was about $40, I'll guess. Because they always have that discount if you let them spam you. So get the spam, pay less money for it. They don't actually sell this anymore, like I said, but they do sell some products. But I just really wanted to go through it and see, like, again, this is just something I've wanted to review. I'm not expecting anything. You know, if I get some gold out of it, I'll be surprised. You know, and then again, you never know, you know. So, well, it has some big pieces for a little 2-pound bag, which is what this is. It has some nice, bigger sized rocks in it than I would expect. So we'll have to see. So I'm going to go break this all down, see what we get, screen it off, and then I'll come back and we'll start panning and I'll start showing you what I recover. All right, I'll be right back. All right, back finishing screening out everything. 10, 20, and 30s. Classifiers. This is what I got for the over 10. Pretty fair amount. Surprised me how much rocks there are over 10 for a 2-pound bag. Especially since I think this is more of a marketing gimmick than somebody's trying to make serious money off of gold Paydirt. So I'm not expecting a lot of gold. So I seriously doubt that anyone's going to find anything in the over 10 as gold wise. So under 10, over 20, probably maybe a little bit more than the over 10. And here's the under 20, over 30, probably same amount. A little bit less. But then the majority of the Paydirt is under 30, as you can see. It's really dusty. So I'm expecting this is going to be really, really dirty, just like the Carolina Paydirt was. So we'll see. I'm going to go pan this out. As usual, I'll pan out these first two and see if I get anything. Again, I'm not expecting anything out of the over 10. And to tell you the truth, I'm not really expecting to get anything out of this. The over 20, under 10. But if I do find a couple pieces, I'll be surprised. I'm really expecting the majority of the stuff I get to be in these last two pans. And I'm not even expecting a lot. From the reviews I've read, this stuff is pretty sparse with gold. So it's more of a marketing thing where people see the TV show and, oh, let me look it up. So we'll see, though. I'm going to keep an open mind. It's the beginning of the month. I'd hate to start the month with a really bad bag of Paydirt, but it's something I've really wanted to pan. So we'll see. You know, this is something that's been on my bucket list for pans. And there's some other ones, I really want a big 5-gallon bucket from Felix's. There's a couple, and this is one of them, and this one was really affordable, so I could get this way before I could get the Felix's. I don't have the $500 to $600 that a small bag of Felix's cost for 5 gallons. But all right, so I'm gonna go just knock this out. Try not to take too long with this, so I'll be right back. Well, just finished panning out the over 10 and the under 10, over 20. And I gotta tell you, I am so surprised at this Paydirt right now. I mean, I owe anything I said that might have been taken bad about them. I was wrong. Okay, so this is the under 10, over 20. I was doing 2 tablespoons at a time, and I think I got 4 pans out of it. And each pan had 4 or 5 pieces of gold, and it was surprising me that I was going to get anything in there. First part of the video, I even said I really didn't expect to get anything out of these 2 sets of Paydirt. It was going to be all the lesser stuff, because it's $40 worth of Paydirt, 50% raw. You're expecting, a half a gram, and that is exactly what I have here. It's a half a gram nugget. It actually weighed out at 0.52. So I'm already at a 50% Roy just with this. So I'm super surprised. And then had another nugget in there too. So 2 nuggets in the over 10. I'm actually floored. I mean, it was when I saw this one, and I'll be honest here, when I saw this one, my heart dropped. I really was like, okay, it's not gold. It's, just my eyes playing a trick on me. And I was kind of burning through it, not being too careful with my panning, because I was just, in my head, I was set. And that's why I always say double pan, triple pan, because I had missed this one. It's kind of flat, so it kind of must have skimmed over the top with some other stuff. I hadn't settled all the way down yet. And I was going a little fast. So I actually ended up panning the over 10 about 10 times just because I felt so bad about doing that. So, which is why I always, and I don't even throw away my Paydirt. It sits in a 5-gallon buckets until I go around and my kids go through it with their, and then, or I save it or do something with it. My wife yells at me, and I'll run it through at my Miller table. So, really surprised. I've definitely got an over 50% ROI rate now, and I haven't even done any of the smaller stuff. So, I don't know if this is going to be one of those, you know, I know some bags you'll get them, and it's just this. It's just the big pieces, and you get nothing. I did one, I think, last month where, in September, I did one. One of the eBay sellers was like that, you know, where it was a couple bigger pieces and there was really nothing in the under 30. So, but again, so far I've been really, really surprised with this Paydirt on how much gold is in it. So if it continues at this rate, this is going to be phenomenal. And I will say it really wasn't as dirty as I thought it was going to be. It's really, really powdery, but maybe this will end up being really dirty. But so far, the over 10 and the over 20 really didn't muck up my water too much. I mean, it was a little bit. I had to pour off a little on the side, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. And there really wasn't any, a lot of junk. It was mostly just dirty water. I mean, you can see my pour off pan right here. There's a couple little floaters, not much. So, okay, well, I'm super excited. So I'm talking way too much. I just want to get down to these and pan these out, start my day off right. So, you know, and again, I even said I was really worried about starting my month off bad because it was going to be the GoldRush Paydirt, and this is something I've really wanted to pan for a long, long time just because of the show, and I know they advertise it for people that watch the show and like, oh, wow, let me do this. So, you know, and like I've said, let me just get to it. All right, I'll be back. I'm going to go pan some more stuff out. I'm just excited and want to pan some of this stuff out. So I'm going to come back and show you what I get out of that. All right. I'll be right back. All right, just finished panning out the over 30, under 20, and as you can see, it does float. And again, surprise. You know, I was worried that, you know, since I'd found so much in the over 20 that I wasn't going to find anything in the under 20, but I'm still finding gold. I did this as 2 tablespoons since it still was a little coarse. So 2 tablespoons at a time. There was about 3 pans worth. So each pan had about 4 or 5 little bitty flakes of gold. So I'm still finding gold. And now I just have one last batch, which is the actually bigger batch of stuff to go through, which is this. I've seen a couple little bitty pieces of black sand. Not much. I know my last ones, I've got to do this, but, you know, it does have some black sands, but really not too much. You know, you can see. So, you know, a magnet isn't going to do you a lot of help with this. So this is going to be a lot of panning. So again, I'm going to go knock this out, then come back and give you my final thoughts and what I thought of all the GoldRush Paydirt. And so far, it's really surprising me. So far, it's been fun, and it's had a good ROI. So what more can you ask for? So I'll be right back and try and finish this video up. All right, finished panning the under 30 out, and not very much. 7 little bitty flakes. Did that a tablespoon at a time. So, you know, it was about every 5th or 6th pan that I saw something. So that was kind of a letdown. But, you know, once I saw all the other gold, I kind of saw the writing on the wall. But still, super excited. I mean, I can't tell you how excited I am. This is something I went into thinking the worst of. And, you know, I didn't weigh out this other little nugget. It's kind of light. I'm going to guess it's probably about 0.2. But this one is 0.52. It's a big, heavy one. You know, you can hear it. Then I got a good amount from the under 10, over 20. You know, it was every pan had a couple pieces. And same with this. Every pan had about 1 or 2 pieces, a little less. Then it really went downward here. And the under 30 was really, really dirty. It surprised me. I don't know why the other ones weren't as dirty, because they all still had the dust on them. But the under 30 was just real a pain in the butt to pan. And it didn't yield a lot. So it was a ton of work for very little on these. The other ones were great. Still, again, it was super fun Paydirt. And I'm really surprised. I normally don't talk about what the ROI is on my videos. I wait until I get on the site and can weigh it and put everything on my blog. Because, you know, it's just not something I do. But this is definitely going to have a good ROI just because of the fact that this one clinker has a 0.52. So I already know I'm at 50% ROI because I paid $40 and gold spot rate around now is $40. So, you know, I would have never expected. I was thinking this stuff was going to be up to 20 to 25% return on investment. And I was going to be thankful I got that out of it. And it just really, really surprised me. You know, you just never know when you buy Paydirt. You know, that's one of the things what I love about it. You know, you can get those bags with the over 100%, and you can get the bags with the 8%, and those 8% really suck. But it's the ones like this that really make this so much fun. You know, it's something where you just don't think you're going to get anything out of, and bam, it surprises you. You know, I got nothing great things to say about this Paydirt. It was fun, had a good return on investment. Obviously, you know, I don't know if it's going to be over 100%, you know, which is everyone always, you know, I get a lot of people that question me and say, oh, you know, which one's the one that'll get me on over 100%? In my mind, nothing's going to give me over 100%. If you get it, it's, you know, like winning the jackpot. Because if the gold was so rich and it was always over 100%, the people wouldn't be selling it. You know, they would just be mining it themselves. Nobody's going to be giving away anything. You know, you're going to get the lucky bags where, you know, a lot of these companies now, what they do is they, you know, they add a gram of gold to a bag of Paydirt. So it's the same thing as if they're mining. If they're averaging, say, a tenth of a gram, and they add a gram, they're expecting, okay, this guy's going to get a gram and a tenth every time, or a gram and a quarter, and he'll be happy, you know, because they're going to base their price off of that. But every once in a while, they'll hit a pocket or something, or there'll just be, you know, a couple little ripples got extra gold in it, and then when they're bagging it up, you just happen to be the person that gets over the 100%. You know, a couple months ago, in September, I did some Paydirt that, you know, had over 100%. And it consistently, you know, I've seen a lot of other people reviews on them where they've gotten over 100%, and there's some others that got less, about 60 to 70%. But, you know, again, I normally don't talk about ROI, but this one's just got me going just because I'm so excited about, you know, and it's just not even as excited because, you know, I always get gold or I wouldn't be doing this, and I love seeing the gold. But just on what I thought I would get. And I'm just so surprised about what I actually did get. It's just flooring me right now, and it's got me excited. So, and it really sucks because I'm, like I said in my blog, I'm really busy this month and next month, so I'm only going to be putting up 2, maybe 3 reviews in November and in December. And then in January, I'm going to try and knock it out of the park. I'm trying to find something to, you know, do a lot of gold with in January. I don't know yet. You know, it's Christmas time, hints at wife. So on the 15th, I'm going to do another review. In between there, I'm going to try to do an equipment review. I've been talking about them forever. And I had one that I had planned on doing. But unfortunately, I shot the review and I just didn't like it. So I thought, you know, I'd go back and reshoot it with another piece of equipment to compare the two. So that'll be later in the month. But for right now, this is a GoldRush Paydirt. Let me see if I can find what the website was. It's, see, now I'm messing everything up. PaydirtGold.com. PaydirtGold.com. That's what it was. And this product they don't have right now. I think they do have it if you buy it on the monthly thing where you go every month and they send you a bag of Paydirt. This is what you would get for the $39.95 plus $5 shipping. They do always have, if you go to their website, they always have a 15% off coupon. I've seen it as high as 20%. At certain times of the year, I'm guessing around Christmas and stuff like that, if you give them your email and you let them spam you. And no offense to them, I consider anybody that sends you an email spam. Even my family sends me emails that spam to me. So, I'm not telling you to go get this stuff, but this stuff really surprised me. I don't know, you know, I'm going to have to go back because, like I said before, I read a lot of reviews on this stuff and nobody had anything really good to say about it. And this really surprises me because you know, they didn't know this was me. I got this one through my father-in-law. So, you know, and I'm just really, really surprised. And I wasn't part of the monthly club. So it wasn't like, you know, oh, this is his 5th bag or something like that. You know, we'll give him a bone. This is the first bag. And this was the first bag from the monthly club, and then the monthly club was canceled. So, you know, I don't know. We'll see. I'll put some more thoughts on this on my blog. I know this video is going really, really long, so I'm going to cut it short. But let me just tell you, this was a great bag of Paydirt. You know, since September, I've had some great ones. I had a couple real low ones in September. But September, October, and November so far are starting out great. I've got another really good bag of Paydirt I'm expecting on the 15th. It's a well-known seller, and it's somebody I've reviewed before. But again, I didn't have a video review for him, so I decided to give him another review with a video. So I'll see you on the 15th, if not sooner. But thanks a lot, and make sure you hit that subscribe button.